What's up, guys?
What's up?
We're here with another video today.
Gonna show y'all how to cook it up.
Yeah.
What we cooking today?
Well, y'all probably see it in the description already, but we're gonna show y'all how to cook some stovetop teriyaki.
Yay! I like that teriyaki.
Yeah, this one of his favorites, y'all. So we're gonna show y'all how to get it done. Teriyaki chicken and the broccoli and rice. We're not doing what's it called? We're not doing fried rice today. We're just gonna do white rice, which is just as good. So let's go ahead and get into our ingredients real quick.
What you use? Show them folks what you use, man.
So we got a bag of rice.
Get that rice.
White rice.
Yeah.
Long grain white rice. You can use whatever rice you want, really. We got us a head of broccoli.
Yeah, a little stock.
We got us some
A pack of
chicken breast.
With that teriyaki.
This teriyaki sauce. If y'all can see, this stuff is real thick. It's base and glazed teriyaki.
Glaze.
We got us a big bag of sugar.
Cane sugar only.
Raw cane sugar. And the reason why this thing is so big is because we're in quarantine, okay? If everybody know about the coronavirus, we're in quarantine. So we had to make sure we were stocked up because people was going in there buying everything. So we had to get the big stuff. And of course, some garlic powder and some other seasonings, but make sure you got some garlic. And a cutting board and knife. That's just about it. So we're gonna get into it.
Let's do it.
Okay, guys, so for the rice, I'm gonna do 1 part rice, 2 part water. I'm using a measuring cup. We're gonna do 2 cups of rice. Well, we're gonna do 3 cups of rice. It's me and Bae eat a lot of rice. So fill that up to 2. We're gonna add 1 more cup of rice. Okay, so since we're doing 3 cups of rice, we're gonna do 6 cups of water. But before we put our water in there to cook, we have to rinse our rice, okay? Especially because this is white rice. White rice has a lot of starch in it. And you'll be able to see that once you start getting the water in there. So, give me a second. So you can see all of this cloudy water. That's starch. Don't be afraid to use your hands. Wash that rice off. And all this white stuff in the water is starch. So we want to get as much starch off the rice as you can. So we're going to rinse this a few times. Pour the water out. You see how cloudy that is? Yeah, we do not want to eat that. We're going to rinse it a second time. I'm going to really shake it up inside that water so we can shake that starch off of it. As you can see, the water is a little bit less starchy, but it's still too much starch. So, that's the microwave. So, I'm going to rinse it a 3rd time. I really don't have a time for how many times I rinse my rice. I really just do it for eye until until the water is see-through. This water is really, really hot. So as you can see, you can kind of see through the water now. So I'm going to just give it one more good rinse after this, and then we should be good. Yeah, see, that's a lot better. See, you can see the rice. When you pouring it out, you can see all the rice. So it's basically clear. Okay, so I lied. I'm gonna do it one more time just to make sure. And now you can see how when you pour in the water in there, you can still see that rice. So this rice is pretty much clean. Don't cook rice without cleaning it, y'all. Okay, so now that we have our clean rice, we're going to measure our water to put in there. And remember, we put 3 cups of rice in there, so we're going to put 6 cups of water in there. And we're going to count by 2, so 2, 4, 6 cups of water. Okay, now we're going to put this on the stove. Okay guys, so our rice is on the stove on high. We're going to cut up our broccoli. And the reason why I cut up my broccoli first, even though it goes in last, is because really just because it's cleaner than my chicken. And I don't want to cross-contaminate any salmonella. Also, this stock was in the freezer. I took it out earlier and put it in the refrigerator, so it's not completely frozen, but it still has some frost on it. So I'm just cutting off the branches right now, and then I'm going to cut it smaller. And you guys, if you have any fresh broccoli, just know this stuff stinks. Tastes good, but it stinks. So I want my broccoli pieces to be about this big. So about bite-sized pieces. So we're going to cut them and continue cutting them until they are about that size. We're going to keep a lot of the actual bark on there, whatever you call the little branches. Don't quote me. I don't know what those parts are called, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. So big pieces like this, we're not going to keep those in there, but this is a good piece. So we're going to cut this part off. Cut these pieces up. We want it to be small enough to fit on the spoon, but big enough so that you can actually taste it and know that you're chewing up some broccoli. We don't want it to get hidden in the sauce because they will shrink once you put them on the stove. So we don't want them too small, we don't want them too big like this. This is too big. So we'll cut it down to pieces about this big. Oop. I'll clean that up later, y'all. So yeah, we're gonna just continue cutting these up. It's not gonna take too long with this. But this is supposed to be the quick part. This whole meal is really quick though. It's just a bunch of cutting that makes it longer. But for the most part, it's quick. I'm just gonna cut up all these pieces. We don't want to cut it too far to the top like how I just did, because then you get really itty bitty pieces. We don't want that. We want pieces that look like the broccoli that they serve you at school or something. So yep, I'm gonna keep cutting them. Okay, we're almost done. So we got a few more pieces left. Just want to go through, make sure you don't have any pieces that are too big. And this should be our last piece. Okay. See, all our pieces are cut up. So what we're going to do with these broccoli, we're going to put the broccoli in Tupperware so that we can save it for later. So we're going to put those to the side. We're going to throw away all these extra pieces that we don't need. If you love broccoli a lot, eat it. I don't care. But me personally, I don't like that part. And so now we're going to cut up our chicken. It's only 2 of us, not including the baby. So we really only need one big old piece. And as you can see, this chicken still has the rib meat on there. So this might be a little harder to cut up. But we're going to get into it. So we're just going to cut this up into little tiny pieces. Cutting it off the bone. And I'll show it to you guys when we're done. Okay guys, so I cut up my chicken. Had a little help from Bae. So as you can see, my chickens are like about an inch and a half across both ways. So I also have a pan here with hot grease in it. It's hot, y'all, so y'all know what's gonna go down. I'm gonna just keep my distance, and I'm gonna push the chicken in there. Yes, I know what you all are thinking. Why she didn't season her chicken? Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to season the chicken after it's fried. I know that's a little awkward because when you fry chicken, you season it beforehand. But not when you're doing it like this. You season it after it gets the fry on it, okay? So, I got this on medium heat so I can get my chicken crispy around the edges and stuff. And I'm going to put this top on there because just like everybody else, I do not want to get popped with no chicken. Okay, so we're going to let that cook for about 15-20 minutes. We already finished our rice. As you can see, our rice is over here done. It cooked for about 30 minutes. So You see that? Let me see if y'all can see this. Turn that brightness down a little bit. Okay. So, y'all can see my rice is cooked to perfection. Okay. It's always good to have your rice cooked first because it takes the longest to cool down. So we're gonna let this cook for a minute and we're gonna come back and show y'all what to do. Alright guys, so as you can see, we got our chicken browned and we stir fried it a little bit. Got a little crispy parts on there. So now we're going to add the part that makes it teriyaki-like. So we're going to take our cane sugar and we're going to add some sugar to the pan. This is like a tablespoon. I also use this as my cereal spoon. So we're going to just take some big scoops of sugar and sprinkle it on there. So the sugar gives it like a caramelized finish. So we're going to add about 3 tablespoons of sugar. Okay, so now we're just going to cook this in the sugar for a little bit until it gets melted on the chicken. So if anybody doesn't know, when you cook sugar, it turns into caramel, whatever you want to call it. So I have this on medium heat, and I'm just mixing it up and making sure it's coating all the chicken pieces. So you just keep mixing it up, and our sugar is starting to melt down. As you can see right here, sugar is melting down. You want to make sure that your flame is in the middle of your pan so that you can get even heating. Okay, so we're just going to keep mixing this up, and while the sugar is melting, rub the chicken into the melted sugar. Move the sugar around into the parts that are melting so that you can get that heat. Okay, so most of the sugar has melted down, right? You see that? Clumps together and then it melts. So now we're going to add our sauce. And once again, if you skip through the beginning, this is teriyaki sauce, base and glaze. It's really thick. So we're just going to sprinkle this on the top of it. We're gonna mix this up and coat it on top of the chicken. And if you're a measurements person, I would say add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of sauce on top of the chicken. I just added about a tablespoon and a half, and I'm going to go back and add more after I coat all the chicken with it. So I coated all my chicken, and now I'm going to go back and add another about a tablespoon. So this is so you can actually see the measurement. So it's about a tablespoon right here. And I'm gonna add another tablespoon, just because I used this container the first time I made it, and now I just want to go ahead and use the rest of it, so I don't waste none or just leave a little bit in there. Cause who wants to do that? Or just leave a little half a tablespoon in there. So yeah, we're just gonna use the rest of this. It was about half a bottle in there.
What's up, mommy?
Okay. Y'all ain't in the video though, so.
It's okay.
So yeah, we're just gonna mix that up. And again, we're cooking on medium heat. So that's it for the chicken. You want to make sure you're flipping it while you stirring it, so that you can coat each side with this tasty sauce. Okay, caramelize both sides. That is important. Make sure you flip it over. Y'all see that? I'll do a close up so y'all can see how this looks. Okay, so as you can see, we got our sauce done. We're gonna add some garlic powder. And no, I don't I don't measure this. Added some salt. And this is pink Himalayan salt. So it may seem like I'm using a lot, but I'm not. Okay. We're gonna use some black pepper. Not much. Some onion powder. Not much again. And so this is when we'll come and we'll bring our broccolis and add our broccolis. So we're just gonna toss them on top like that. And yes, they were rinsed off and all that stuff. All that good stuff. And we're just gonna mix them up. The broccolis do not take long at all to cook. So we're just gonna make sure we get them into that sauce. Now this is when you start flipping it. When you flip it, that's how you get the sauce on there. You see that? Now I'm just cooking with this spoon just because, just to save dishes, but you know, you would use a spatula or a spoon or a cooking spoon or something like that. You really should be using this spoon over here, but forget about it. Okay guys, so you see how our broccoli is coated in that sauce. We've turned our heat down to low, and we're just going to let this sit. We don't even really want to cook our broccoli. We just want it to sit in that heat so that it's not too overcooked, and we still want a little bit of texture on our broccoli, even though most likely it's going to be soft since it's inside of this sauce. But we're just going to leave it on there for about 5 to 10 minutes. But for the most part, you're done. So now we're going to make our plate, guys. So we're going to add our rice first, of course. And, you know, just add as much rice as you think you're going to eat. I always add a lot of rice because I like that stuff. So I like to, you know what I'm saying, crush up my rice like this with the spoon. And then don't go outside, y'all. Make sure you add some salt to your rice, some salt and some pepper. Do not go outside. Make sure you get every inch of that thing. Some black pepper. Like I said, get every inch, y'all. Cause you only getting the surface. So yeah, we got our salt and pepper on our rice. Now we're going to add our chicken and broccoli. So I'm just gonna add this on top. In no particular way. Just adding it. Making sure we get a good little serving. Okay. And then we're going to make sure we add. Had a call coming through, but now we're going to add this sauce. That's the best part. Okay. Make sure it's saucy. Yes, yes, yes. Yes to the sauce. Okay. And that's it, you guys. Y'all see that? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you guys for watching our video. Hopefully I was detailed enough to show y'all how to make this. Yeah. You want some, Oh?
He do.
He wants some. So you guys, check out our other videos. Leave us a comment. Tell us how we did. And let us know how this recipe worked for you.
Subscribe to our channel.
Yep, and follow us on Instagram and
Facebook and Twitter. What you gotta say? Gang, gang, we out.